Okay.
Yo.
Okay, you see, Ben's who I wanna be. He's a teen with a mean watch, and if you say otherwise, he'll kick you in the crutch like a pick of mix with the Omnitrix. He can change form with just 2 clicks. With this gizmo, he can even change into Echo. Yeah, this is a little cliche, but to your dismay, he'll morph into Jet Ray. Go! Ben 10, Ben 10. His real name is Benjamin.
That's right.
He can change into 10 aliens and back again. Don't mess with Ben 10.
Ben 10, the original series, was a show that I really liked when it first came out. It had a lot of fun characters and an interesting world with creatures that were honestly pretty fascinating. The monsters our character Ben would turn into were really well designed, and overall it was a really good series and sold very well, like really well. The Ben 10 franchise did get sequels like Alien Force, but for me it kind of took itself a little bit too seriously and lost the lightheartedness that I really enjoyed. It also didn't help that it kind of looked really bland and generic. And the sequel Ultimate Alien, I've heard, is no better. Ben 10 Omniverse apparently to a lot of people was a really good return to form for the franchise. And it certainly looks like it just visually, but apparently it just got fucked with bad scheduling and the toys sold like absolute trash. So a reboot to Ben 10 really didn't feel unnecessary to me. Actually, I really welcome the idea of a reboot to Ben 10. But the first teaser image released for this show, people, and me included, kind of wrote it off as it's just gonna be the new Powerpuff Girls show all over again. And we all know how that turned out.
This show sucks, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You got any?
In a lot of ways, this new show is, but I don't think it's as horrible as Powerpuff Girls. The main thing with Cartoon Network's new reboots, they share the same thing. They're kind of a big departure than what we're used to having. They're now more of a comedy than action shows or action show hybrids. And at this point in time when there's literally like no action shows, it's really annoying. We don't need any more comedies. Not to say this new Ben 10 reboot doesn't have any action in it, it does, but it's so uninteresting in comparison to any other entry in the franchise, it's just boring to watch. Even at Ben 10's worst, it had more interesting things going on in the action than this. Shit, I'll even say the live action movie had more things going on than this. But let's never bring that up again. The characters and personalities are somewhat still there. Ben's still the overconfident goofball as he was in the original, and he even still has his old voice actor Tara Strong voicing him. I guess if they recasted her again, she'd probably raise hell on Twitter again. But for Ben's cousin Gwen, her personality is vastly different from what she used to be in the original. She used to be this snarky smartass towards Ben. In the reboot, she's a lot more passive and nice now. I'm honestly not mad about this change, but I did like that sort of dynamic that Ben and Gwen had in the original Ben 10. They would mostly belittle and annoy one another, but whenever they had these serious moments or moments where they would care for each other, it made that a lot more meaningful. Also in this new reboot, Gwen has a new voice, and I don't hate it, but if you're gonna bring Tara Strong back, why not bring back everyone else? Speaking of voice acting, Grandpa Max, what the fuck did they do to you? Like, I'm sorry, Mr. David K, or however you pronounce it. You're probably a good voice actor, but you're no fucking Paul Eddings or Roy Campbell from Metal Gear.
I pay money to my ex-wife as part of our divorce settlement, among other bills. I just had no choice but to make you pay for lunch the other day. I'm really sorry.
I seriously can't take him seriously. Like, he's voiced Grandpa Max so much that I'm used to that voice, and hearing something different, it just throws me off and I dislike it. Alright, I think I've avoided the huge elephant in the room long enough. This show, from a visual standpoint, to me, looks like fucking garbage. The human characters look horrible and do not adapt well to this new thin, outline, minimalist art style. Ben looks like he has Down syndrome or someone pushed on his soft spot at times. I don't know if my eyes are just playing tricks on me, but do the characters have this weird looking shade around their face? Primarily near their eyes? It just looks awful. And the background characters, they look like they have no thought put in them at all. The aliens in the show don't really look that bad. I like the new one with the water powers that they like to show off, but I feel like in this show they missed the point. Like, the aliens in the other series, they were really cool because they were a lot more detailed, and in the new one they're kind of goofy and cuddly that I can't take any sort of action scene or any scene that's supposed to be serious. I don't think this reboot's gonna have any semblance of a storyline or seriousness. I think this show is aimed for 5 to 8-year-olds and was just made to sell toys. And it's sad because the original Ben 10 had a really good elements to it, and it could appeal to anyone at any age, and it sold fucking millions. By the way I described my feelings towards this show, I should have more vitriol towards this reboot, but I think the Powerpuff Girls reboot lowered my expectations so low that I'm honestly not surprised. I don't think this reboot is complete dog shit. I mean, there's some jokes in this show that are actually pretty funny, and I do like some redesigns of some of the monsters. Like, I like the redesign for Stinkfly. I hated Stinkfly in the original. Like, you have 10 other monsters, Ben. Why you gotta turn into the fucking monster that shits himself? I don't want to be the guy that says all the new reboots suck. I actually think reboots are actually a cool idea if given to the right series and given enough love put into it. But if every reboot's gonna be like this, I'm done talking about them. I'm tired of reiterating the same points. Alright, so usually my videos end pretty boringly in my opinion, so I'm gonna introduce a new thing at the end of my videos. So there was, or is, I don't know why I used the past tense, a YouTube anime reviewer by the name of the Otaku Chick. At the end of her video, she used to have this segment where she would promote people, and I thought that segment was really cool, so I'm just gonna steal it. Starting with Mr. Cake Dragon Man, or just Cake. He makes reviews, commentaries, and some pretty funny YouTube poops. Also, donate to his Patreon. He's a college boy. Help a nigga eat. Next we have Bruce Snoop. If it wasn't for Bruce, I probably wouldn't know a lot of the people I know now. So thank you, Bruce. He's also a cartoon animation reviewer, and I suggest his, well, not really a cartoon review, but his, I guess, review or overview of Grade A Under A. I think that's probably his best video. And his newest video about Legends of Chamberlain Heights. I don't agree with him in the video. I still think that show fucking sucks. But I think he presented his reasoning for liking the show pretty well. Next on the list is Glem, or Glem808. Glem makes reviews of movies and makes some pretty cool documentaries. Even though I'm one of them, I'm gonna give him shit for this. This nigga with the Dr. J afro had the fucking balls to put zone tan in one of his school projects.
He's a young aspiring filmmaker who lives in Hazlet, New Jersey. He loves video games, anime, and is completely normal.
Anyways, he's cool. He's fucking weird though. I don't know why. I still don't understand why. What was the point of putting that in your fucking project? Alright, enough sucking other people's dicks. If you want to suck my dick, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you on an unspecified date in the future.
Come on. Why would I be jealous of a 12-year-old kid?
10-year-old kid.
Whatever. He's just a kid.
Let me guess, because he does have superpowers?
Huh. Did you hear that, guys? She says we don't have superpowers.
No, I'm saying you don't have superpowers.
Huh. Did you hear that, guys? She says I don't have superpowers.
Technically, you don't have superpowers.
What?
Well, Aquaman can talk to fish. I can fly. You're just a loaded guy with a rubber mask, a fancy car, and a funny belt. Don't get me wrong, you're in great shape, but no superpowers, pal, sorry.
Hey! Excuse me, I'm just gonna grab my lunch.
So, you must be the new kid, Ren?
Ben! Yes! And you must be Batman! Just kidding. Can I have your autograph?
You want my autograph? I mean, yes, of course, son.
Cool. Does anyone want half my sandwich?
Oh, I do! Thanks.
You know what, Superman? I used to have pajamas that looked just like your outfit.
You did?
Well, gotta go. It was great meeting you guys.
Oh my God! Did you hear that? His pajamas look like my outfit!
I know! And he asked for my autograph!
Yeah, and he shared his tuna fish sandwich with me!
Are you seriously eating tuna?
Awkward.
Flash is gonna love this.
I think I'm gonna throw up.